problem. After many of the experiences he had, Bernard found that one of the biggest problems in life was how different everyone always was compared to one another, no matter who was related to who or what. He found that all these differences people would often have with one another would always be the root cause for constant bickering and conflict. When two or more people are okay with the same thing and agree to that, then there is no conflict. But when two or more people aren't okay with the same thing and don't agree to anything, then there's conflict and or bickering happening. That got him thinking. He thought if everyone else was also him, just in different bodies, and they retain all the same memories and experiences and same ways of thinking and mindset that he would have, then everyone would get along better and things would be better in general. Some may consider an idea like that to be boring, and Bernard knew that, but in his mind he thought, better safe than sorry, even if it is boring. But Bernard also thought that if everyone else was like him, but in different bodies like that, it would actually be more exciting than boring because he really loves himself. In short, the more differences there are between people, the more conflict it could potentially result in, and the less differences people have with one another, the less conflict it could potentially result in. He also thought if everyone was just like him, but in different bodies, and also had the power to know in advance what someone or something is going to say or do, and had the power to read everyone's minds, and were all also incredibly durable and had hard to kill, then in Penard's mind, that could be awesome. He thinks it would be better than how the world is in real life, with how everyone is so different from one another, and how everyone constantly disagrees with one another and argues with each other all the time, and even starts fights and even entire wars because of those differences. He wants to put an end to all of that, and this idea he came up with is one of the best and only ways he could think of to end it all. And Bernard thought that being able to know in advance everything and being able to communicate with others telepathically could be incredibly useful because then it could highly minimize the risk of bad things happening. Think of things this way. Imagine a person knows way in advance that if they start interacting with a certain other people, that it could bring about years of misfortune, sadness, and suffering for them. Then knowing that information in advance could motivate them to actively avoid those people and could bring a brighter future for them. Or imagine you know in advance that your mother is going to tell you to do the dishes or another certain task, and your mother also knows in advance that you already know that in advance. So neither of you have to waste time talking about it and beforehand. And since you would already know in advance, you won't have to worry about your mother barging into your room while you're in the middle of playing a video game online or something to tell you those things and distract you from what you're trying to complete in the moment. Also, if everyone was Bernard Grandpierre in different bodies and retained the same memories and experiences as him, and had all those extra special abilities, there would be significantly less killing, less suffering, and people would often be more understanding and respectful of one another.